It's Fandom Fights! We're here. It's the #1 contenders match in teams. The second one of these because, you know, we got to get that vacant belt onto somebody. So 2 #1 contenders matches. This one, DUM-E's back in the ring going up against Wookiee Mistake. So former champions, former challengers, 2-time challengers, Wookiee Mistake. This is going to be really interesting match. This is one that when we were kind of putting everything together, this was one that immediately, I think, Nick, you and I both were like, holy shit, this is going to be a crazy one. Nick, you're here to co-host it with me. And what do you think about the matchup?
Very excited. Once DUM-E's won the belt, there a lot of things went through my head. One of them was I cannot wait for the future match of DUM-E's versus Wookiee Mistake. Because of the way the tournament turned out and the end of the year turned out last year, turned out that was going to be their next match. This just makes sense right now. Winner of this match goes on to challenge for the belt. Again, both no strangers to that arena. So this is going to be a good one.
Yeah, and as we know, we do know who the winner of that other #1 contenders match was. It happened, I think, last week.
It happened yesterday, Tim.
It happened yesterday, so then I'm not going to say too much, but go back and look at that video then. And this is going to be interesting no matter what happens. So I'm genuinely very excited. Let's get into it right now by talking to the teams and the promo.
Thomas está, ¿no?
That's sweet. Isn't that sweet?
It really is. All right, guys, tournament time. We know how to do this. It's the first round. Though, what the fuck did DUM-E's do to be this low seed? Like, did they lose seven in a row? What?
This isn't a tournament.
What? Really?
This is like a mini title picture. It's this, and if we win this title match,
that's it.
That's it.
And we are actually going to play a 3-round match outside of a tournament.
Yeah.
We haven't won any of those yet, haven't we?
No. But we have won 2 tournaments.
We did, yeah. I kind of wanted it to be a tournament because, you know, we kind of are good at those. But yeah, sure. Okay, we are playing DUM-E's. And, I mean, they did what we couldn't do. They beat Knights of Ren. So
it feels like if we beat them today, it's kind of like we beat Knights of Ren as well.
That's Nico math, and I don't really like it.
Fair.
So, okay, Tomás, pull up the board. Cuando terminemos con los DUM-E's, habrá que donar sus cuerpos a una universidad. So that I understood that reference. No, the other board. Buy our shit. Let's do it.
Want to donate our dead bodies for science? What?
Yeah.
They're coming with that's a declaration of intent if I ever. Yeah, that's right. I understood what that Spanish board meant.
Oh, really? I don't know. I don't read good.
I took it for a couple years. It sort of made sense to me.
Yeah, sorry, my brain is still a little. I'm halfway through the new season of Too Hot to Handle, so all I could think about is just people trying not to bang each other. So it's fine. So Netflix trash is so good, guys. How you doing? Rookies of the year team for Fandom teams, well deserved. That was a good warm up in season 1, boys. How you feeling going into season 2?
Yikes, that was a warm up. I hate to see what the main course is like. Yeah, we're here. Good thing this isn't a tournament. We have not been tested in one, so probably the advantage would go to them. Bill, I don't know if you have a board with another language on there that has a cool message.
I barely speak my own. What are you talking about?
Okay, well, I wish you did, but either way, we're here. Jake and I know what a challenge this is. We have a budding rivalry with this team, and we know that in order to reclaim what was rightfully ours at one point and should be again, that we have to go through a team like this. And we're prepared. We don't take this lightly, obviously, but we're out for blood. We're coming for war.
So, yeah, we may not have prepared a promo for this, but we did prepare for this match. So hopefully that reflects in our performance.
Joe and David are fantastic guys, but in the immortal words of Mother Teresa, fuck them kids. Let's do it.
Nick,
Yeah.
I'm already lots of personality going on here. Lots happening. What do you think of the promos?
Great. I spent the last 2 minutes on Google Translate trying to figure some stuff out. I have reached no conclusions. Don't worry about it. But other than that, I'm just excited, man. I'm excited to see these two go to head to head. Should be good.
Yep. Let's do it. Okay. Nick, why don't you explain round number 1? Because I'm not good at talking.
Okay, sure. I mean, that's a lot. But okay, Tim. Round number 1 is going to work like this. Each team is going to get 10 questions. In the realm of fandom fights, each player will answer individually on their whiteboard. You'll get 15 seconds to write your answer. At the end of 15 seconds, we will say pens down. You will reveal your answer and say it aloud. Each correct answer is worth 1 point apiece. Should any player get all 10 questions correct, they would receive a bonus question. Each team will have 3 repeats, 1 challenge for the entirety of the match. Are there any questions as we get into round number 1?
Nope.
Just don't do it in Spanish.
All right.
Damn it, Thomas, you told me they didn't speak it.
I'll do my best. Go ahead, Tim.
Okay, your first question is going to be in the category of scores and soundtracks. Joel P. West composed the score for which MCU film? Remember when you used to call this the Maku?
I do. That was a short-lived time of my life.
I know why you stopped, but any interest in telling the viewers at home?
No, just, you run out a gag too long. And then
So I stopped yelling during the stealing thing. Fine.
Yeah.
It run its course.
Maybe one day, hey, we'll die.
Hands down. Yeah, I think so too. Let's start with Robert.
Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
We will go to David.
Shang-Chi?
We will go to Jake.
Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
And Joe.
Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
I'm cool with just taking Shang-Chi, or do you need the whole thing, Nick? All right. All 4 of those answers we will accept and will be correct. So 2-2 as we get into the next question, which is what, Nick?
Your next question comes in the category of James Bond. And the question is, in You Only Live Twice, after Bond is believed to have died at the beginning of the film, where is his body put to ultimately be recovered, successfully faking his death? We'll take a general answer.
I attempted to fake my death once. It did not work out well.
Well, I see you. I'm looking at you.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It didn't work out well. Maggie found me hiding under the table very quickly.
I was going to ask if this was Maggie related.
It was not. No,
Okay,
no,
good,
no.
Good.
He's an angel. 5. 4.
Yeah. What's this note and a knife with my fingerprints on it?
Hands down. David.
Underwater?
Jake.
Yeah, he's like mummified and put underwater.
Joe.
Yes, at the ocean.
And Robert.
Said in the ocean.
Oh, there
We
you
can
go.
accept all of those answers. Though we said general, so yes, all those are correct.
Hooray.
Your next
Two
question.
underwater, 2 oceans. Scored a speech.
Your next question is in Marvel. In Kingsman: The Secret Service, when Roxy, Charlie, and Eggsy are drugged during one of their final tasks, they wake up tied to what? There is famously a faction in an online trivia program named after this film. They are, of course, the Eggs. I believe they're over at Joe. 5.
Got it.
4. 3.
I haven't. That was good.
1. Hands down. Thanks. Jake.
Everybody else knows, but I don't. I just set a bomb.
Joe.
Train track.
Robert.
Train tracks.
And David.
I thought they were called railroads.
I think we could take railroad. We have railroad tracks on the dock, so yeah, railroad tracks, train tracks. We'll take all those.
I was like, I have never heard that thing.
So Wookiee takes the 1 point lead, 6-5. Is that what Nick?
Yep.
Okay.
Your next question will come in the category of Planet of the Apes. And the question is, who plays Lisa in Conquest of the Planet of the Apes?
Conquest, am I right?
Oh, you look so sexy, Lisa.
That took me a second, but I got there.
I noticed it took you a second.
I was like, what
my-
are you saying to me?
Was my impression not spot on accurate?
4. It was good. 3,
Okay.
2, 1. Pens down. I believe we are to Joe.
Natalie Trundy.
Robert.
Natalie Trundy.
David.
Jan.
And Jake.
Get one back. Natalie Trundy.
That is correct in a tie game, 7-7. All right. Your next question is in Worlds of DC. What color dress does Diana wear into Ludendorff's party when she dances with him in Wonder Woman?
Wonder Woman.
This is not to be confused with Woman Wonder, a different film. I believe it was directed by Woody Allen.
Also, not to be confused with Scream 2.
Yeah.
Those aren't, they're just very different movies.
Zombieland 2. Let's get zombified. 5, 4, 3,
Incorrect.
2, 1. Pens down. I don't play in Warzone. Let's go to Robert.
Is it blue?
David.
Blue.
Jake.
I wrote in parentheses, very blue.
And Joe.
Blue.
Clean sweep across the board.
All right. Your next question will come in the category of Star Wars. Which Star Wars film features a mission briefing by General Nadine?
If you were going to be in some sort of, like star-based military, what like position in that military would you want to be in? Yeah. 5. I'd go for chef.
Lunch. Oh, I was just going to say something.
Oh, hands down. These minds. David.
Return of the Jedi.
Jake.
I thought it was on Hoth. Empire Strikes Back.
Joe.
Return of the Jedi.
And Robert.
Many Bothans died to give us this information. Return of the Jedi.
I am so
That
bad.
is correct. Wookiee mistake. Up 11-10. As we get into your next question, which is in DC. Your question. Who plays Rachel Dawes in Batman Begins? See, they were waiting to find out what I was doing. see what I did there, Nick?
I did. I witnessed it. I was right
You
here.
were not a fan of that joke.
It was fine.
If
It was,
this,
it was good. Just like my impression.
Oh, 5.
Oh,
Four.
wait. Repeat the question.
All right, that was going to be a repeat from Wookiee mistake. Question again. Who plays Rachel Dawes in Batman Begins?
if this was a speed round, we would have tried to guess it before you finished, and somebody would have inevitably got it wrong.
That's probably right.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. I believe we are to Jake.
Katie Holmes.
We'll move over to Joe,
Katie Holmes.
Robert,
Katie Holmes.
and David.
Katie Holmes.
Katie Holmes is correct.
I was going for the hard one.
All right. Your next question, I believe both Robert and Joe still perfect to this point. Your next question will come in the category of Disney live action. And the question is, what number does the Love Bug wear on its hood and side throughout the Love Bug film series?
Well, that was a good run.
So,
I know what it is as well.
Do you consider yourself a love bug?
no. Because what?
A trivia bug, maybe?
A what bug?
Trivia bug? 5,
Yeah, I'm a human man, Tim.
2, 1. Pens down. Joe, we'll start with you.
I had this written somewhere. I can't remember. 68.
We'll go to Robert.
Said 66.
Go to David.
I just wrote 8.
And Jake.
Yeah, still need to watch these. I said 56.
Jake, the closest. It is 53.
Well,
So, no perfect rounds today as we move into your penultimate question, which is in the category of Mission Impossible. Your question is, in which Mission Impossible film does the president enact a policy that gives IMF agents zero recognition or support? It's good to have support. recognition is also a good thing. Impossible missions, kind of crazy, but good things nonetheless. Because if they didn't happen, well, we wouldn't have these films, so which are based on true events. So,
if that last question, if there wasn't 8 in that number, could we have challenged that David's answer was correct?
let's go to Robert.
Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol.
David.
Mission Impossible Calling Ghost Protocol.
We'll go to Jake.
We do it a lot. So I said Rogue Nation.
And Joe.
Ghost Protocol.
Ghost Protocol is what we're
We do it a lot, so I'm just confused.
We're moving on?
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
I was thinking of something different.
All right. In that case, your final question of the round will come in the category of Middle Earth, and we will give you a little bit of extra time for this question, which is, name 4 of the 5 characters who lead one of the 5 titular armies in Battle of the 5 Armies.
I got none.
Why not, Tim?
Well, I could ask you about armies. I could ask you about characters. I could ask.
Tell me more about your chef career in the stars.
Yeah, I figure I'm a professional chef in real life. I might as well take those talents to the stars.
What's your best dish?
Trick cereal in a bowl with milk. 5, 4. No, I take it back. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. 2, 1. Pens down. Let's start with David.
Thranduil, Azog, and Bard.
All right, we'll go to Joe.
Thranduil, Azog, Dane, and Thorin.
We will go to Robert.
Said Azog, Thorin, Bard, Thranduil.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
And Jake.
Azog, Thorin, Dane, and Thranduil.
Unfortunately, we cannot accept any answers. Thorin is not an acceptable answer, so the answers we would have accepted were Bard, Thranduil, Dane, Azog, and Bolg. So we will move on to round number 2 with the score Wookiee Mistake leading 15, Dummies 13. Is that what you have, Nick?
That's what I have, Tim.
Okay, so we're going to move on to the round 2. Here's how it's going to work. We're going to bring up the wheel from wheeldeside.com. Each team is going to have a chance to spin the wheel. If they like what they spin the first time, they can keep it, or they can choose to spin again, but they must keep whatever they spin the second time. Each question is going to be worth 2 points apiece. Unless we check to multiple choice, then it will be worth only 1 point. Each team still has 3 repeats remaining and their challenge rule. And do remember that stealing is available in round number 2. Nick.
Wookiee only has 2 repeats.
Yes, you're correct. I didn't mark David's repeat from before. That is correct. So the categories on the wheel today are as follows. We've got Star Wars, Middle-earth, Marvel, DC, horror icons, James Bond, Alien vs. Predator, and Planet of the Apes. So, Wookiee, you are in the lead. Would you like to spin first or defer to dummies?
So, we talked about this. We have a 2-point lead. What do you want to go with the usual or do what we talked about? It's not a big lead.
Yeah, I think the usual probably is definitely the option I'd go with.
Thomas? Great.
Spin it for us, please.
Yeah.
Okay. This will be the spin for Wookiee Mistake. And it lands on Star Wars.
Right.
We love you, yo. Let's go.
I'm assuming you're taking.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Okay. Nick, you want to go ahead and give them their questions in Star Wars?
Gladly. Wookiee Mistake, are you prepared for your questions in the category of Star Wars?
Yep.
Great. Your first question. Which Star Wars film was the first one to not feature the planet Tatooine?
Empire, right? Oh, wait. Chronologically or order of release?
Oh, yeah.
Order of release.
Empire.
Okay. Empire, right?
The Empire Strikes Back. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. Your second question. In The Phantom Menace, upon first meeting Padme, Anakin asks if she is a what?
An angel. An angel. Final answer.
That's correct for 2 points. My man got game. All right. Your third question in Star Wars. Which Star Wars character is played by Zhang Wen?
It's Baze Malbus.
Yeah.
Baze Malbus. Final answer.
That's correct for 2 more points. Your penultimate question. What does C-3PO call the common emblem of Sith loyalists that he finds on Ochi's speeder under the sand pits in The Rise of Skywalker?
It's a hex charm.
Right.
A hex charm. Final answer.
That is correct for
I hate that fucking movie.
points. And your final question. In Solo, Dryden says he has a good relationship with the syndicate on Kessel. What is the name of that syndicate?
The Pikes.
The Pike Syndicate. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 more points and a clean sweep of Star Wars.
Somebody's been watching Book of Boba Fett.
It's the only Star Wars related thing I am not watching.
All right, we're gonna move on to the next spin. I have Wookiee going 10 for 10. They get their total up to 25.
Yep.
Okay, so you'll bring back the wheel, and then Dummy's manager for the spin for Dummy. Spin is in. It lands on DC.
We have to go for as many points as possible. So
Yeah, we should probably
we have to spin again.
Agreed. Yep. All right.
All right, this is what you are going to be stuck with. And it lands on James Bond.
All right.
All right. Should be all right.
All right, gentlemen.
No steals.
I will be giving you your questions in the category of James Bond. Are you prepared?
Sure hope so.
Your first question. Which James Bond film features an explosive at the tomb of a former Bond love interest?
Is that not?
It's No Time to Die. Yeah.
Yeah. It's that, right?
Yeah.
Gotta be.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No Time to Die. Final answer.
Yeah, that's it. 2 points. The movie's fucking awesome.
It's
All
pretty
right.
good.
Yeah, we got it out of the way.
All right, your next question. Clifton James plays which Moore era James Bond character?
It's J.W. Pepper, Robert.
Yeah.
J.W. Pepper. Final answer.
Greatest character in cinematic history. That is correct.
JW.
Without
That's-
lie.
Yeah, that's maybe debatable.
No, I would joke. Okay. Your next question, guys. What does Smearet Nick, go ahead. You do that. What the hell?
What does smeared spionum specifically mean in The Living Daylights?
Death to spies,
Yeah.
Robert.
Yep. I agree.
Death to spies. Final answer.
Yeah, that's correct. Good job. I can't.
God.
I get so mad when I can't say these fucking words. All right. We move on to your fourth question. In Goldfinger, what is the name of the gangster who is killed by Oddjob for not participating in Operation Grand Slam?
Oh man. Oh shit.
I can't remember his name.
I'm like around the answer. I think we should check. Yeah, check.
Repeat.
No, check to multiple because I'll know it as soon as I hear it.
Multiple.
All right. Your multiple choice options are A, Mr. Solo, B, Mr. Grant, C, Mr. Lunt, D, Mr. Strangeways.
It's Mr. Solo.
Yeah. Yeah.
A, final answer.
That is correct for 1 point.
Damn it.
And your final question. What is the name of the crime syndicate in GoldenEye?
Janice.
Janice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Janice, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points
Nobody.
and a clean sweep of James Bond, getting their total up to 22 to Wookiee's 25. Is that what you have?
Correct.
All right, so it is a 3-point game going into the betting round. Very close. Exactly what we expected from these teams. Here's how the betting round is going to work. We're going to say a category. The teams are then going to have to decide whether they want to bet 0, 1, or 2 on the question. If they get the question right, they will gain those points. If they get the question wrong, they will lose those points. Whoever takes the first question, the other team member has to take the second one. You can reset on questions 3 and 4. And you can work together on question 5 if we get there. Wookiee still has 2 repeats, Dummies all 3. Any questions?
No.
Nope.
Okie dokie. The first category that you guys can bet points on is going to be YA. All right, we're going to start with Dummies. Who's taking it and how much are you betting?
I will be taking this question for 2.
And who's taking it for Wookiee and how much?
I'm going to take it for 1.
Okay, here is your question in YA. Name both characters who are in the maze when Thomas initially runs in after them in The Maze Runner. Would you run in after me and Coho if we were in the maze?
Sure.
I know Scully would.
I'd think about it.
Because he's a Thomas.
I'd probably maybe I'd get some like rope and sort of cross it real well.
Pens down. Robert.
Minho and Albie.
And Joe.
Albie and Mino.
That is correct. So Wookiee gains 1 point, getting their total up to 26. Dummies gains 2, getting their total up to 24. Is that what you have, Nick?
No. Wait. Yes. No. Wait. Yes. Okay, that's what I have. Sorry, these tally marks are killing me, man. Yeah, that's what I have.
I'm about to say, that is accurate.
In favor of Wookiee. The next category has to be taken by Jake and David. What is it, Nick?
The next category is the MCU.
All right, we're going to start with David. David, how many points you betting?
2.
And Jake.
Yeah, I'm a wuss. I only said 1.
Okay, Nick, what's the question?
Your question in MCU is, who plays Christine Everhart in the first 2 Iron Man films?
Should have bet 2.
If you could be in the first 2 Iron Man films, would you?
No. I have better things to do.
Would you play this character?
No, Tim.
Wouldn't be a bad roll. 5, 4,
I am Iron.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's start with David.
Is it Lindsay Parker?
And
It's Leslie Bibb.
Leslie Bibb is correct. So Dummies gains the lead, getting 1 point, bringing their total up to 25, but Wookiee loses 2 and goes down to 24. I'm sweating my ass off. Okay, you guys can reset who takes this one. And the next category is Star Trek. All right, who's going to be taking it for Dummies? Jake, how many betting?
2.
And who's taking it for Wookiee?
Me and 2.
All right, big question. Here it is. Which Star Trek film features a one-armed Klingon? So anyway, I'm thinking of calling it Tim's Cereal Hut. And I just have like a little hut aboard a space station.
How did you spell cereal?
Like normal? Like what do you
Like
mean?
the murder or like the food?
No, like the food. Like it's a food hut. I'm a chef, remember?
Sounds like a front
3.
or
2.
Repeat the question.
All right, that's going to be the first repeat from Dummies. Which Star Trek film features a one-armed Klingon?
you know, if we go in the back storage of the cereal hut, piles of bodies.
I'm not. No, that's if Boatman owned the hut. I know. This is a Tim-owned property. We run things by the book.
Did you get permission from all the different brands to sell their things?
3. I don't need to. It's space. 1. Pens down. Let's start with Jake.
Man, well, this is the match. Search for Spock.
And Joe.
The Undiscovered
I'm so
Country.
mad.
The Undiscovered Country.
I had that and changed it. Oh no. Oh my
So,
god.
With that, Dummies goes down to 23.
I'm
Wookiee
sorry, Robert.
up to 26.
Yep, we still
You're
have
right,
it.
buddy. We're
We
fine.
still have a game, 2 questions remaining.
I had it and changed it.
The next category that David and Robert have to take is what, Nick?
It is the category of the Wizarding World.
All right, let's get bets starting with David
2.
and Robert.
Cool.
Okay, here's the situation, Nick. If David hits this, no matter what, the match will be over. If David misses and Robert hits, we will move on to the final question. So
Correct. If they both miss, the match will be over.
correct. So here is the question read to you by Mr. Tuick.
The question in the Wizarding World is, in Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, when Hagrid first returns to Hogwarts, he tells Harry and friends that he was trying to recruit what kind of creatures?
What you got in your cup today?
Whole lot of nothing now.
Gin and tonic?
It was I had a drink yesterday called a Spine Crusher. Way more intimidating than it actually was.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Robert, we're going to start with you.
Giants.
And David.
The Giants.
And your winner, Wookiee Mistake, going on to play for the title for the 3rd time in their career. Absolute insanity. What a match, Nick.
Crazy.
Wookiee leading for most of the match, but Dummies keeping pace. Dummies having a great round 2. Wookiee having a great round 2 as well. And then the score was shifting back and forth. Couple misses on both sides of things. It just comes out at the end with that Star Trek miss. That's what did it. And then when you have people like Robert and David who are both so great at the Wizarding World, that's just how it comes down. Would have been interesting to see what happened if we went to the last question, but nonetheless, this was an insane match. Probably the best one of the season so far. So, Nick, why don't you take over post-match interviews, starting with the Dummies?
Dummies, listen, I know you must be upset.
I am.
Just know that it made for a fantastic match. And even everyone misses a question now and then. Outside of that question, you guys played phenomenal, lights out. Championship level is how I would describe your performance today. How are we feeling? Air out some emotions that you're currently in.
Yes, people do miss questions, but it is not often that they miss questions where they had the right answer until this countdown started, and then they erased it and changed it to a different answer, which is what happened here. I had the Undiscovered Country the whole time. I was like, is it Undiscovered Country or Search for Spock in my head? I was doubting myself, and that was it. And this loss is entirely 100% my fault. I know Robert will say otherwise. I know Robert takes losses very hard. This one is on me 100%. This is all my fault, and I don't know if it's going to be a while before I forgive myself for this. And this is not to take away from what Wookiee Mistake is. There is zero margin for error against them. They are the best team in fandom right now. I am declaring it. They have no weaknesses. They are incredible. You just cannot miss against them. And I missed too many times. And I let my teammate down. And coming off of our last match, I think we were both really hungry to prove that was the fluke and not the 5 preceding matches. And it just sucks that it came down to this. And I know I'm talking a lot and I should let Robert and Bill talk, but this is awful. I hate this.
You're good. Air it out. Go ahead, Robert.
Jake is absolutely correct in the fact that he is wrong that it's his fault. If it's not entirely his fault, I pushed him into that question. Jake, in all transparency, I was between those two as well. So I don't know if I would have got the right one right either. But if I had studied Herbie the Love Bug, and if I thought Thorin Bane, we could have got a perfect round. Maybe we could have stemmed that. And I wish I'd been better to help you with Bond. I thought I would be better. I knew some of those, but not as much. So, no, we win as a team, we lose as a team. He's absolutely correct as well with Wookiee being the best team. The good thing is that even despite how the first round went and everything and them going perfect, we still had to lead. That means that we're resilient. And that's good because as we come back from this, the last two losses, into a tournament, I assume, we will be resilient again and we will come back. And I believe that wholeheartedly. So Jake doesn't need to take this as hard. I screwed up as well. I pushed him into something. I tried to be a leader. Didn't work out. Obviously, I'm more of a follower, clearly. So
a warning to whoever plays this next. You will not like me when I'm angry. And I'm going to be angry. So watch out.
I love warnings recently. Bill, you're always fantastic at talking these guys up. Take it away.
Guys, here's the thing. I know today is not the way you wanted it to go. They clearly have weaknesses. Who doesn't remember what numbers were on Herbie? So everyone's got a weakness. Figure it out. But Joe and David are fantastic. That's no secret. Third time going for a belt. I mean, you don't get there for being an asshole. Those guys work their asses off and they prove it. But so did you guys. You've done something that they haven't, and you've actually gotten those belts. And here's the thing. We're in what? January, February? Got a whole ass season in front of us. So you stumble out the gate. Jake, me and you stumbled out the gate last season, and look where we ended up.
That's true.
Miracles happen all around us. The Insane Clown Posse wrote a whole goddamn song about it. I think we all remember very well. Fucking magnets. How do they work? Right? Who doesn't love the Insane Clown Posse? Whoop, whoop, ninjas. Let's go. You guys are wonderful. You'll come back. We'll all come back. We'll have fun. At the end of the day, you guys don't. I know you both want to internalize this, and I know you both want to beat yourselves up, but there's no point. You go on, you figure out what didn't work the last time, you get better. You always get better. I have all the faith in the world in you two. That's what I have to say.
Well said, sir, and I agree. Fantastic job today, guys. We will see you next time, and we do look forward to it. But for right now, let's get to our winners today. Looking by the skin of your teeth, some could say. You played a fantastic match. You bet where you needed to. You hit where you needed to. Let's get some thoughts. How are we feeling, gents? Third time challenging for the belt.
I was having war flashbacks with a fucking an actor question in a category that I was supposed to know that cost us the match. I was having war flashbacks.
Yeah. And you know what? The thing is, though, it wouldn't have mattered if I'd, grown a player and decided to bet 2 on YA. But back in my mind, it was like, not as I've watched and studied all the Twilight movies, but I'm not as good with Maze Runner and all that sort of stuff. And then Maze Runner came up, and I was like, I did cut it the first.
I have been reviewing those movies, and I kind of wanted to push for me to take it, because I thought you would be more prepared for the other ones. So,
and I'd have known Leslie Bibbs.
Never mind.
Look, anyway. This match was always going to come down to the 4 of us, I think, without trying to sound too arrogant. The 4 of us are very, very good players. And it was going to come down to either a very, very tough question that only maybe one of us got, or it was going to come down to a lapse. And unfortunately, and it's hard to celebrate when it's the lapse that gives you the win, but it was always going to come down to one of those 2 things, and it's just unfortunate for them that it happens to have been the lapse rather than just a tough question. 53, damn it.
Yeah, and like in my case, I haven't seen the Herbie movies yet. I will, but I think I mean
5 and 3 is 8, so like
that's I for myself, I think that I made a lot of mistakes today that I shouldn't do. I wouldn't have been making like last year, like answering with 3 names instead of 4 when I knew all of them. That was dumb. And if I do that against whoever we are playing in the championship match, I don't know if we can say that. Because I follow multiplex. I watched yesterday's match, so
I'll let you know. But first, real quick, Thomas, any thoughts? Give us a sign perhaps what you're thinking. Agreed. Totally.
I have to say this was a great match. Just quickly, is this coming out after the 5-way?
No, it is not. It's coming out before.
That's fine. Just to say that this is a really great match, and we had some luck. A lot of those round 1 questions were from the geek categories. The spins were Star Wars and James Bond. I mean, the wheel was definitely on side today. And even the categories that came up in round 3, we had MCU and we had Wizarding World, Star Trek. The luck's not this sort of luck with the randomizer and is not going to carry on forever. And we still need to be prepared in those categories that aren't geek, that we know and we are good at, but we still need to be ready for it.
And what's last thing? I know what it feels like to miss like Jake did.
So do I.
He's going to be beating himself because it's inevitable. Joe knows I beat myself up for that Disney question for 2 weeks. But life goes on. You keep playing more matches and you will win because you two are awesome players and you will probably challenge for the belts this year. So
I agree. And I do want one more. This interview's going a little bit long, but I want one more thought from you guys because I am going to spoil yesterday's match. So if you haven't seen yesterday's match, please go watch it. But this sets up a very, very interesting title shot for the vacant belt. It'll be your 3rd time challenging for it against a team who it'll be their 2nd time challenging for it. You guys will be playing your 3rd match against Guns and Ships. At 1 win each. You've each beaten each other once. This is the definition of the ultimate rubber match. I'm very excited for it. Quick thoughts on facing Boatman and Albert again.
I think both teams have their best strengths as direct opposites to each other. So this should be a really interesting match, especially with the 5 rounds. I'm looking forward to it very much. So they're a great team, and definitely looking forward to it.
I will study actors like there is no tomorrow.
Great. Well, great job today, guys. We do look forward to it. It's going to be an insane match, and we will definitely see you there. Tim, I put a bow on it.
Yeah, this is nuts. The four teams that were in this little picture all deserve a shot to challenge, and will probably challenge the 2 that didn't make it. It's nuts. And you're right to have Guns and Ships versus Wookiee Mistake 3 in the title ring. They, like you said, they each won 1. Who's going to come away with the belt at the end of the 3rd one? I haven't been this excited for a team's title match in a fucking minute. I'm so excited. So, guys, that's going to do it for us today at Fandom Fights. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to all the players from Wookiee Mistake and DUM-E. Thank you to the managers, and thank you to Nick for co-hosting and writing this one. So we will see you guys real soon with the next match. But until then, have a good one. Bye.
We are so glad you came. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye now. Bye. Bye-bye. Remember, please discard all candy wrappers and popcorn containers in the nearest trash receptacle. Thank you. Okay, bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye. Okay. Are they all gone? Is everybody gone? Huh? Good.